Danger in the gambling hall. On the line, smoke stings my eyes. Still I cards face down on the floor. My pulse tight. Thoughts whisper in my mind like they rent in my soul. Coffee gets cold by the edge of the cold. Pocket hands up. Every little wind feels too far away. And the room gets smaller when I danger in the gambling I sit trapped with my own thoughts. Circle like Mars. Same old numbers on repeat. Same old little lies. Ash on the table, mouth dry, eyes red. I laugh at the warning, then I chase it instead. Every door in the dark leads back to the same room, and I hear my own breath like a drum in the gloom. Coffee gets cold by the edge of the cup. I keep one hand moving, the other hand stuck. Every little wind feels too far away, and the room gets smaller when I hear them say, danger in the gambling hall. Danger in the gambling hall. Oh, the danger in the gambling hall. Somehow, if I lose it, I lose it. That's the truth on my tongue. But my fear keeps talking, and I've heard it too long. So I breathe through the panic, let the night burn slow. When the last card lands, only I will know. Somehow.
Well, well. Good evening, fellow miscreants, fellow broken toys, fellow rejects of YouTube and other places, and welcome to the darkness once again. How's everybody doing, huh? I take it you're doing well. I take it you're feeling, should I say, exceptional. Me, I'm feeling all right. So far, so good, just peachy. You know, all this, should I say, finger pointing, all this, ah, all this name calling, all this playing the blame game. Hmm? What's the matter? You can't take accountability for your own actions? Hmm? What's the matter? You can't, you know, you can't say, "Hey, I did it," and take credit for it. Is that what it is? Is that the kind of game we're playing these days? I mean, seriously. I mean, it's getting so boring. It's just one messed up situation after another. I mean, seriously. What kind of games are we actually playing on the internet these days? You know, channels are getting lost, lives are getting torn away. It's just one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. It's really quite chaotic in its own right. Seriously. You know, have you ever, I don't know, just decided to go into the zone and really let it all hang out, Just let it all circulate. Let it all come to pass. Me personally, if I did something, well, hell, I wouldn't want anybody to take the credit for it. I'd be like, you're damn straight, I did it. I'll even admit it myself. Because I don't want some other poor bum taking the credit for what I did. Heck no. It's my masterpiece. I created it, and I'll gladly admit it. Damn straight. Because that's how I am. That's how I roll. I'm not like typical YouTubers out there. I don't have a big following. I don't have a big channel. It's just me. Me against the world, right? But it's okay. Because I've gotten used to it. Since the beginning of time. I mean, I've gone through all of these years and I've never changed. Never had to evolve. Never even had to, improve myself. I'm just me. That's why I'm not Mr. Popular. That's why nobody comes to my channel. That's why nobody chats. That's why nobody even drops a heart or anything. Because I'm a different type of person. I'm more of the darkened type of person. The opposite side of the mirror. should I say, the one you really don't want to invite to a family picnic? That happens to be me. Because I'm totally the opposite of what people really think, what people really feel, and who they really are. Inside, not outside. Let me share this out real quick. Let me see who else I can share this out to. I used to have, a lot of people I used to share this out with. Now, lately, nobody gives a damn. Nobody cares. So I just share it out to whoever. That's about it, I just hang on here. But like I said, people that hold no accountability, that want to hide who they really are, kind of a bit depressing if you ask me. I mean, seriously. Instead of blaming someone for this, blaming someone for that, why can't you just fess up and say, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, that happened. Just admit it. Just fess up. And you never know, people might actually respect you for being, should I say, the better man. Nothing wrong with that, is there? I mean, what if one day you decided to get your, pardon my French, balls and use them? I wonder if anybody's tried that. Instead of playing the blame game, why not you just say, look, I did this, I did that, and I'm sorry. That hard to do? Is that hard to say? But it seems like on platforms like this, nobody believes in apologies anymore. Nobody believes in wanting to say, I'm sorry. Nobody believes wants to, quote unquote, kiss and make up or let bygones be bygones. No. No. They don't want that. They want to just constantly argue, right? Constantly fuss. Constantly fight. Where does that get you? Where does that get you in life? Is arguing really worth it? Is fighting really worth it? Is fussing really worth it? Is cutting people down and tearing each other up really worth it? Look at what's happened so far. big channels that used to be really prominent YouTubers, they're just disappearing. They're leaving. And they don't seem to be coming back. And that's kind of sad. Even from a guy like me, that's just cold. Because, where are us as YouTubers gonna have our fun anymore? If the places that we had fun are just going by the wayside and disappearing. Kind of sad, isn't it? Isn't it kind of sad? It really is. Even from my standpoint. It's unbelievable. Back in my day, trolling was an honest living. I mean, you can make a good living trolling. But this day and age, it's just going by the wayside, folks. It's really sad. I come up on here. I don't really do much. I like to irritate people. I like to bother people, but I don't really do too much else. Sometimes when I really have something to say, I just say it right out, straight out. Because I'm not afraid of nothing. I'm always going to be here. 24/7. If I'm not here, I'll be somewhere else. Doing my thing. Just being who I am. There's nothing wrong with that, right? The point I'm trying to make is for you people that like to do the blame game, that like to point fingers, that like to blame it on everybody. Why don't you blame it on the main person that causes everything, which is yourself? Why don't you blame it on yourselves first before you start blaming other people for the way your life turned out or the way things turned out for you? Just because your life is miserable doesn't mean you have to blame it on everybody else and say, oh, they caused it. They caused it. That's bullshit. You're just lying to yourself. Why can't you just haul off and admit it? And say, look, I caused my own misery. Now, the question is, how are you going to get yourself out? How are you going to get yourself out of said situation? Are you just going to let it keep you down and let it just keep you as a miserable pile of shit? Are you going to actually claw your way out and actually be a better person as a result of it? I'll just leave that up to you guys, and I'll say that's it.